AC Variety takes pride in showcasing the stories that the big networks have no interest in telling. This is one of those stories.
Good morning. You guys want to wait for the camera as long as you're on your way in? You guys here? If I can interrupt real fast, you here for the build?
Yeah, here for the house build.
Okay, and what group are you with?
St. George.
So you're local, right? You
we
walked in from the neighborhood.
Yeah, live a block and a half south of here. Both our kids go here, so.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
And these two young carpenters, can we get some names?
Yeah, what's your name, kiddo?
First time with a hammer today,
Right.
but I think first time unless she goes at home with
Well,
me.
no, she'll swing a hammer at home if she's allowed.
Okay.
But
And
this is Lena. She's
Lena?
5.
Okay, Lena. Hey,
This
welcome.
is Jenny. She's, what are you, 7
I'm
now?
7.
Jenny, congratulations on being 7.
Yeah.
Hey, school's out, right, guys?
As of yesterday. So we came back to work.
Okay, yeah. So look where you are. Anyhow, don't want to keep you, as you can hear all the wood and and the hammering going on.
It's great.
It's been a pretty good build so far. We were just doing some interviews and saw you coming in, so we thought,
Great.
hey, let's take and
Cool.
say hi.
I'm
We'll
glad
grab a
you're doing
hand.
this.
And
Yeah.
you were again?
Brian.
Brian,
Yeah.
thanks a lot.
Yeah, no worries. Thank
Okay,
you. All right, see you guys.
you bet. Have a blessed summer, and I can't think of a better way to start the day than to check out this build it's taking on right here at St. George for Habitat for Humanity. And this epitomizes volunteerism, fellowship, what it means to be a Christian and doing things for others. All that is solidified right here, and we're going to try to bring that message to you and tell you what's going on right here at St. George's today. So stay with us. It's going to be a great time had by all.
Brian, you wanted to interview with me?
That's fine. I just noticed when they're done with that doorway, and I just wanted to see if when they lift it up, we were going to go over there.
They'll probably be lifting it up as soon as he inspects it and gives him the okay that it's built properly.
That would be just
Right here. Brian,
Oh, Brian, right
line,
there. Got
line
it.
green. Right.
Okay. question. How you doing, Brian?
Fantastic.
Father was just Father.
That wanted to interview you.
Quickly.
Yeah.
When they're done with a piece like this, for instance, this doorway, what is routinely done before you give it the thumbs up?
So what we'll do is we'll go through, we'll inspect it, make sure it was built according to plan.
Got it.
And then we tell them where they need to take it, whether we're standing the wall or if we're just putting it off to the side to load it later.
So in other words, stage it from this point.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly what we do.
Appreciate your time. I know you're busy. All right, Brian.
Being here.
Father, this is a major undertaking.
It is.
How did this all start?
This all came about because I had heard about this program that had been done at St. Barnabas.
Okay.
And I had been the associate there, but they did this project after I left, and I heard about it, and I said, this is a wonderful thing to do, and I wanted to do it in conjunction with the 6 other parishes that form our new cluster or grouping of parishes for
Got it.
Renew My Church. Because it gives us a sense of Catholic Church with a capital C instead of all of the small little C's and my little kingdom and my parish, and teaches us to work collaboratively with one another. And I had to convince the 6 other pastors to go in with me on this, and a lot of them said, this is impossible, we can't do that. And I've been blessed with good investments over the years, and finally I made a decision in January that if I could get one other parish to go along with me, that I would put up the money, $9,000 or $10,000. I said, I'd rather build a house for somebody that people can use rather than have a fancy casket and everyone says, boy, doesn't he look really good in that casket. This way we put folks who need it into a house that lasts them 30, 40 years or more.
Absolutely.
And this is what building the kingdom of God is all about. Worship and devotions are important, but just as important is putting our faith into action. And this is faith in action with all of these wonderful parishioners coming from 7 parishes together. I said, if you want a vision of heaven, this is what heaven is all about.
And I'm speaking a little bit of slice of heaven. How about this weather today?
What a blessing after all of the rain. But we had an alternate plan. If it didn't work out, we had rain, we had the wood to build 2 arks.
Here I'm listening attentively, like a biblical story here. Anyhow, I know the rest of your team is around, Angela. We're going to catch up with them and you again in a few minutes, and we'll talk about how this came to fruition again.
That sounds fine. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Okay, stay with us. We got more coming. We're going to see the workstations around here and how some of these, this is a 2-story home. You're going to see some studded walls. You're going to see some walls with the window port pre-made to support a window. You're going to see doorways being made, and as we're speaking right now, we see a window wall going out. I would say the size of that window would probably be a front window or perhaps a dining room window. But all the carpentry, as you know, we just talked with Brian, is inspected. It has to meet a final passage. Even though we've got some beginning carpenters here, the work is quality stuff using quality wood. So come on, let's take a look around. This is an experience you should have. If that doesn't keep you motivated, I don't know what does. But we got to know the Bubble Girl's name here, and you are?
Annie.
Annie, you're doing a great job. We appreciate it.
all she got freedom. When the heart breaks, no, it don't break. It don't break, no, it don't break me. What am I gonna do when I got that I feel? What am I supposed to say when I'm all choked up that you're okay? I'm falling to pieces. I'm falling to
Just visualize putting the nail all the way through, okay? One big powerful hit, one at a time. There you go.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good to see you.
We have a few moments?
Sure. This is great, isn't it?
It is. Father Fleck just gave us a tour, and Cardinal Cupich, welcome.
Thank you.
To St. George. What is your first, other than this beautiful day, Cardinal, what is your first impression of what you're seeing?
Well, of course, when I drove up, I heard the pounding, and it sounded like music that people were,
Okay.
and it is music to the ears of people who are going to benefit from this wonderful work. You know, this is a collaboration, not only with the people here who are building an important part of the foundation of a building, a duplex that's going to go up,
Okay.
but it's also, I think, a way in which they're showing that a community can come together and make an impact. That's what they're doing here today. And look at the intergenerational quality of this. You've got young and old, and they're all working together. That really, I think, is what church should do. Church should bring people together and make an impact on society.
I totally agree, and I second that thought. We have grandpa, grandma, grandchildren, mom and dad.
Right.
It's all a beautiful moment here.
It really is. And the only thing I didn't do too much. I was just in charge of the weather.
Oh, well, that was, you did a very good
He
job.
put me in charge. Father Ken put me in charge of the weather, and I tried to come through.
You did. You did very well.
Real fast, Father Ken, you mentioned this was a multiple parish or endeavor.
Right.
You guys want to touch on that a bit, or?
Well, yes, you know, it's part of the Renew My Church effort. Renew My Church isn't just about our parishes. It's about how our parishes can be, as the Pope says, a field hospital in society and make a difference in the world. And so this is a great example of what Renew My Church is all about. It is about parishes coming together to see how they're greater when they collaborate with one another and how they use their diversity and their resources in a very creative way, and that's what they're doing here.
And this exemplifies that, Cardinal,
Yeah.
exactly. Look, I don't want to keep you because I know you want to visit with your parishioners. As
I
we're
know.
speaking, there's a crowd suddenly forming around us.
I
No
know,
surprise. Oh, look at this. We have the official.
right.
Okay.
That's right.
I see a
I know
20-ounce
it.
hammer here.
I
so-
know it. Just you know, the thing is this: if you, the problem is, so you have to make sure that you don't live life pretending that every problem is a nail and requires a hammer.
Okay. Very good point. And you don't need a sledgehammer to put in a thumbtack either.
Exactly. But I've used that. I've used many of these in
Okay.
construction projects over the years. So this
Okay.
is great. Thank
Well,
you.
God bless. It's been an experience. Thank you.
All right. Good. That's good. That's good.
Can I talk to you real fast? I'm just guessing this, but is that magnetic to pick up any stray nails in the parking lot?
Yeah.
And is that because we don't want to pay for flat tires?
That's right.
Okay, so how does this basically work? And I see you caught a few.
Yeah, it's just basically it's a magnet, and when there's a nail on the ground, you have to roll over it, and you can pick it up.
Okay.
We'll demonstrate. Hold on.
Yes, please do. This is a first-hand demonstration. By the way, guys, I don't know if you noticed, this is a really big lot. I mean, you're gonna roll the whole lot here? Or what? Whoa, okay, wow, check this out. Okay, so then you recycle the nails back into a bin again? Excellent. And before I go any further, we have to know who the team is here and your name.
I'm Rainey.
And?
Danny.
Okay, you guys, I think you got a really cool job. So the trouble is you can put a lot of steps in today, you know? But anyhow, God bless, have a great day.
You too.
Okay. Mary Beth, this is your day.
Yeah. It can be all our days.
This is true. Father Brendan, Angie, of course, we know. So stick around. Let's do a quickie here. You ever wonder? You got to stay hydrated. You got to have some high energy food, and not junk food either. I mean, the real fun food. These gals are who you have to see, and you are.
My name?
Yes.
Mary Beth Kelly, parishioner for 32 years.
Wow, Mary Beth Kelly. That sounds a little Southside Irish to me. I don't know.
It is. Yeah, grew up in St.
Just a wild guess on that one.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
A bit, right?
It's not.
And next.
I'm Lisa.
And I see that last name, and Southside Italian.
My husband, yeah.
Okay.
Not me, but my husband.
For what it's worth, the crew here, Southside Italian, Southside Polish. Okay. We've got most of Europe here now. Okay, so. Okay, real fast before we go to Father Brendan and Angie. Angie, don't walk away. She's walking away. The attention span there. These are cuties, but what are they actually? They're like little tangerines?
Little tangerines,
Okay,
yeah.
I heard that they kind of give you the energy boost.
They do. They do.
Okay, so
That's why they're here.
And of course, okay, we still have to have this. You know, I mean, come on, guys. You know, especially the Cheetos. Matter of fact, I dare anybody to eat one Cheeto and walk away. Okay, real fast, Father, what is your thoughts on today and everything that's going down today?
Well, it's a beautiful day, and it's a beautiful project that we're doing. It's wonderful to be able to help build homes for people who are in need, and, you know, Jesus was a carpenter, and so we get to follow that proud tradition.
Earlier we talked to Cardinal Cupich, and he said he wasn't too responsible for what the work that's being done today, but he's got to play in the weather. I don't know. Should we give him that credit? Or?
We definitely, you know, I've told people, you got to be a bishop or higher for the weather. I mean,
there's a ranking there.
We've all got a part to play, yeah.
Okay. Have you ever been a part of any kind of a build like this before?
You know, I have done Habitat for Humanity with a group of teenagers from another parish once, and that was a lot of fun.
Okay.
I've never seen this much work done in one day, though. This is a new one for me.
It's phenomenal, right? And to think this is a two-story home.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, it's incredible how a bunch of folks who might not have much background can come together and just get the structure, the main frame of a house built. I mean, it's amazing. It's wonderful.
Okay. And thank you again for your thoughts. I know you're on call, busy walking around and everything, but appreciate the time spent. And
Sure.
St. George, hats off to St. George, guys. Really, you knocked it out.
Thanks
Well,
so
thank
much.
you.
Okay.
Glad you're here.
You bet.
Yes, you do. Thanks for coming by.
Don't ever come here again.
Number one story, is that it?
two. That's number two. Over here. Over here.
Good job.
All right.
While you're out there doing the carpentry work, if you need to stay hydrated or need first aid, this is the A team. This is the nothing short of a paramedic unit here, and we are.
I'm Cindy Aiden from Incarnation.
Okay. All right. Palos Heights, our friends there. Okay. And your name and where are you from?
Marilyn, and from St. Francis.
Okay. Excellent. I should have read the name tag, but Marilyn, I wanted her to say it, right? You know. So. We have some other people up front here we've been
Our
talking.
Incarnation pals here.
Okay, more Incarnation people. Okay, and you are?
Ann Piper, Incarnation.
Okay, and?
Kim Gallowich, Incarnation.
Okay, great. For a while, it was years ago before I bought a house in Oak Forest, I did live in an apartment in Crestwood there on 127th and Central, and I was a member of Incarnation back in the day. Now we're at St. Damien now, but anyhow, what's your thoughts on today? And hopefully we haven't had any first aid issues.
Well, we haven't. We had a bug bite and a sliver right now, but other than that, we haven't had anything.
I was going to say...
It's fascinating. It's
Yeah,
just to
I would
watch
say.
it. Yeah.
Okay. And your thoughts, if any?
I think it's great. It's
Okay.
just fascinating that a community gets together to do something
Absolutely, and it's
is needed.
Obviously, it's multiple parishes came together for this too.
The whole vicariate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last thing too, I was very impressed to see Cardinal Cupich walk in, pick up a hammer, put on a T-shirt, and go to work.
And we found out he's left-handed. We didn't know that.
Okay, the word's out now. You know. Anyhow.
An injury.
Oh, we have an injury here, so we're gonna step to the side here. I would say I hope that's the worst of it today, and splinters though you have to deal with because some of that wood's out there kind of rough.
I agree. But my goal is to keep people hydrated. So
Got
I've been going around with the water and just keeping them. And Dr. Steve there has his sunscreen. He's been passing that around, and we hope to keep people away from us instead of by us today. So
Okay, two very important points, and thanks so much for sharing with us.
have a good
Have
day.
a great one. If I drop to a knee, can I get some names? The shortest guy here, ready? Okay. Well, again, we're at the Habitat for Humanity build here at St. George, and we have some big volunteers and we have some little volunteers, and we're going to find out some little names first. And or you can tell us the name too.
I'm Marissa. This is Joey.
Joey, beautiful.
What's your name?
Quentin.
Quentin. Okay. And
I'm Nicole.
and
What's your name, buddy? Can you tell him what your name is?
just say hi. Obviously, he's ready with a Band-Aid just in case something happens there. You know. Okay. So, what do you think of today and the build and the whole 9 yards? And why am I on my knees here? I'm going to stand up like a big guy now. Just your thoughts. I see St. Francis. We've spoken to some other St. Francis people, but
It's great that all the churches are coming together as a community to help others and build the houses. The kids think it's so cool. They just got to hammer their first nails ever. So.
wow, that's good. And it's not at your house, too.
Right.
So
So yeah, it's a fun time. It's a good event.
this is good because when they're ready to remodel their own homes, the kids are like, "Oh yeah, Mom, I remember that." You know, right?
Experience, right?
They're ready to go. You know, start putting the nails there. You know. Anyhow, thanks for being here. It was great to talk to you real fast, and great to see the kids out here too.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you want a top and outside.
I get the impression, no, don't talk. If you wonder how everybody's staying hydrated, this young lady's doing it right here. Okay. Darlene, right? Okay. Thank God there's name tags. Okay, keep up the good. You got a lot of takers, obviously.
Gotta get some more, right?
You got it. Okay, we're gonna let her go because there's thirsty people here. Okay, we're hoping to get Charlotte. I'm sorry. Thank God there's name tags. I just got through saying that. Okay, Charlotte, you're a volunteer here today. Tell us what the experience is like.
This is awesome. You know, there's so much negativity in the world right now. This is the positive that we need to bring out into the world. And if you look around, these people want kindness in the world, and they want us to come together and not just be separate islands, but work together to show what our religion and what Christianity is all about. It's not about being separate, it's about coming together.
I couldn't agree with you wholeheartedly, and that seems to be anybody we talk to, whether it's clergy, volunteers, kids driving a nail in a board, it's all for what you just said. And this is a very proud moment.
At our school, we stress kindness constantly. We have kindness trees. We're all about the kindness in the world. And this is a perfect example of what we're teaching our children.
I might add one more thing. We've mentioned it before and multiple times, but there's multiple parishes involved with this, and the fellowship and brotherhood there is something to talk about too.
Right, exactly. We did a presentation and a speaker earlier in the fall, and we're hoping to do more of that, just to bring the parishes together.
Got it.
And to show our unity.
All right, Charlotte, job well done.
Thanks.
Appreciate your time.
All right, thanks.
I don't think she's ready, so...
You were born ready, weren't you?
Angie, can we have a few words if I jump back there in between you?
Sure.
Okay.
I can't imagine what I'm going to say.
Right. Okay. I really feel privileged because now I'm the other side of the table with the A-team.
Oh, wow.
Angie, I know we've been how long have we been trying to nail each other down to talk now for about an hour?
Yes.
Every bit of it, right?
Yes, yes.
This
Very
young lady
busy.
has been very, very busy. So bring us up to speed. What did it take to sort of get to this moment today, and did you ever expect it to be, as we look out there, these many people involved?
We started in November.
Okay.
To work on the project, and we got our first parish, St. Julie's, to work with us. And then we invited our neighboring parishes, and they're in our cluster, and it's the idea of building our church and renewing our church. And so getting people together that don't know each other and know that there's a bigger community here than just our own church. So that's why we did this. And so we picked up a parish or two, with the months. Yeah, and so we have 7 parishes participating.
Wow.
And there's well over 300 people.
Easily.
Yes. And people have showed up today, so it probably is, for sure more than that. And people came out and they're very excited to do a project like this and do it with other people and to see an immediate result. And that is a good thing, and it brings a lot of a good feeling among people. And,
oh yes, fellowship is overwhelming.
Thank you. Fellowship is the name of the game, and so it's really a nice effort. And we didn't know that we would get this many. Some parishes got involved later, and you know what? Their people still came out, and it is a big effort.
And one thing, we mentioned it earlier, but we'll mention it again right now. I'm very impressed with every age group is out here doing something.
This is probably the most diverse age group on a project.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
And even in volunteering in our parish, this was the biggest volunteer. We had almost 100 people at St. George.
Wow. Hats off to you guys on that one.
Yeah, but it's here, so it made it easier
Sure.
for them to sign up here.
And thank goodness we have a nice sized parking lot there in front of us right now that you can have all these workstations going on, keeping it organized. The other thing I was impressed with too is the carpentry work. Even it's being done by amateurs, but it's being inspected and approved and okayed by professionals before it goes any further.
It is great. And some people came, a couple of elderly people came, and they just wanted to hammer one nail in. And it was like, oh, I didn't know that was so hard. Yeah, so that was nice. They wanted to be a part of the whole thing. And then at
the experience.
And late in the day today, when the walls are up, people are going to be able to come with markers and sign
That's an excellent idea.
A wish, a hopeful wish for the new residents of the home.
Okay.
And just good wishes. Not that they'll see them because the walls will be, well, they might see them because the people who will move into the house will be...
Have a hand on it?
They have to be involved in the final stages.
They will be confident they will see that.
Yes.
Because obviously before drywall, electrical, and plumbing goes in, you will see all those messages of the well wishers from today.
Yes.
So
yes, and that'll be a wonderful thing. So yeah, it's...
Well, Angie, hats off to you and your team and all the people we spoke to today. And Dave Paninsky, who owns AC Variety, was just commenting to me off camera that this was, of all the things we've done this year so far, this was the best time spent, the most fulfilling feeling of a lot of the volunteer stuff we've done for TV.
Thank you. This is...
And it's all part of the package of what's going on here.
Yeah, it is. It's wonderful. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Stay with us. We got more coming from right here at St. George.
Okay.
Wow, what an experience. As you can see behind us, the work goes on. And what they hope to do in a few hours is of the assembled walls, and doorways, and window opening walls that they're doing, they hope to stand a few of them up for a photo op and give you an idea what the first floor of this house is going to look like. Of course, it'll have to be taken down again because it's going to be all shipped out of here this evening and tomorrow, it's my understanding. Wow, don't know how to close this off, and this has been an experience. We got to meet various representatives of St. George, got to meet His Eminence Cardinal Cupich, who spoke very highly of this project and said, I to paraphrase him, it sort of exemplifies the kind of things that he likes to see done in the parishes and clusters of parishes, and hats off to all of that effort. And of course, the rank and file volunteers, from the little kids to grandpa and grandma, mom and dad, everybody that showed up today from the multiple parishes. Besides St. George, I think we had Incarnation here. We had St. Francis of Assisi. We had St. Julie. I'm not sure if St. Michael's. If I forgot a few, I apologize. But it was a group effort Father Flock kind of pulled it all together, and some of the other people we talked to. This was a making that took well over a year, and people, some jumped on board right away, some didn't. But look behind me, that's the result of people wanting to get involved, fellowship, Christianity, and all of it that goes with it. And we're glad that AC Variety was here to capture these moments, because that's sort of what we're all about too. So on behalf of Dave Paninsky, who owns AC Variety, and myself, Jim Malaruso, thank you so very much for watching.